Hey guys, it's us again.
Welcome back.
We hope you are enjoying Tech Week 21 so far. We have had some amazing presentations this morning, and this afternoon's lineup is going to be just as awesome. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to present to you a tool that Google has called Google Keep. Have you used Google Keep before, Nikki?
I did for a little while. I was putting everything in Keep, and then I realized I wasn't organizing it appropriately, and so I'm definitely going to benefit from today.
Yeah, so it's something that I've used, and I used when I was in the classroom, and I showed my kids how to use it, and we did it for research purposes, and I'm going to show you how that works. But it's another one of those things where you just kind of forget that it's there, and I don't know how I forget that it's there, because that icon is literally in every Google application that you go to. It's easy to get to, and that's what we're going to take a look at today. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep it together with Google Keep. I really thought that I was being original with that cheesy line, and surprisingly enough, I am not original, because if you search that, lots of presentations pull up. Well, whatever. It's still fun. It's still fun. You know, if you want a copy of this presentation, you can get it here by going to bit.ly/LP Keep, capital L, capital P, and lowercase KEEP. So definitely go ahead and grab a copy of this presentation. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about some organization. This is me. Most of you know me, Heather White, instructional technology facilitator with Livingston Parish Schools. And I am a Google trainer and ISTE certified educator, and just love to work with everybody on using these sorts of technological, obviously words are difficult today, technological things in their classrooms. So if you've never heard of it, what is Google Keep? Well, basically it's a note taker. Okay, it is a place for you to jot down notes, create checklists, save images, anything that you can keep, which is where the name came from, together. And it is just all right there, all integrated within Google. And this is how you know when you find it. It's got this icon right here. It's yellow with a light bulb. What's lovely is that it works across all of your devices as well. So if you have any kind of mobile device, whether it is a smartphone or a tablet, there are Keep apps that you can download. When you log in, they will sync up across all of your devices, which is a really cool thing. When you start setting notifications on places that you go, your note will alert you and pop up, and I'm going to show you how to make that work. So where do you find Google Keep? Well, just like any Google application, you can go to keep.google.com and get there. You can click on that little integrated icon in any of the main Google apps that you go to. It's in your Gmail, your calendar, your docs, your slides. It's in all of those apps that you use frequently. And if you just want to create a new shortcut, a new note, you can do keep.new, and it will automatically create a new note for you. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go through. I'm going to go to Google Keep. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to show you how you can take notes, how you can, change some things up. And then we're going to take a look at, what are some things that we can do with that. All righty, first things first, I'm going to go turn one of these extensions off so that you don't necessarily see it just yet, because I want you to be able to see the difference between having the extension on and, let's see where it is. Probably at the bottom because I put it on last. Let's see. What does the icon look like? This one. Here it is. Nope, that's Google Docs offline. That's not the one I want. Keep. Here we are. Category tabs for Google Keep. Okay, so there are two extensions that you can use. One is the actual Google Keep extension, and you can get to that by just searching Google Keep extension. And when you have it, you've got this little icon right here that looks almost like your Google Keep icon, but it's grayed out because you haven't actually shared that website to your Keep yet. So let's go ahead and look for Google Keep extension. I can show you how that works. So that's how I found it. You can add to Chrome, but if you come and you click right here, all right, well, I guess it's not going to do it for that, but let's do our school, our web page. That's not good either because I'm editing. Here we go. We found one. Okay, so if I click here, notice all of a sudden it turned yellow. Okay, so what it's doing is it's taking this link and making a note of it, and it's putting it in my Google Keep as a link. I can put a description here. So LPS Tech Week 2021. I can call this my to-do list if I'm going to add some information on it later. If I wanted to, I could even add labels, but notice how it's saving right here. So what I want to do is I'm just going to click out of that. And I'm going to go back to my Google Keep and notice automatically it is right here in my Keep. Okay. So when you go to Keep, this is what you see. If you've never used it before, you're not going to have anything here. Okay. You'll see this little area up here where you can take notes. You see the search, you see the sidebar, but you don't actually have anything. I'm going to go through the different parts of it and then kind of show you what it looks like when you start to take a note. Okay, so this right here is your notes. Obviously, that kind of gives you the filter of everything that is right there on your screen. Reminders are if you have set a reminder on a note. Okay, so alert me on such and such a date at such and such a time, or when I show up at the Walmart, I want you to alert me so that I remember these are the things that I need on my grocery list. That's where these will show up. So these are filters basically. Resources used. So this right here is a filter, a tag. So notice it looks like one of those little, book tags that you can put. You can have as many tags as you want. So this one right here was a resources used one that I had when I was creating a project. I was putting all of my resources into Keep so that I could easily find them. I can go in and edit labels. So I can create a new label or a tag. I can also, go in here and delete out this one, or I can edit the way that it's called. Again, totally up to me. My archive is where my ones that I'm using that I don't necessarily need anymore, but I don't want to delete them. So just like most things that you can do with Google, you can put it into an archive instead of deleting. And I'll show you how to do that. And then here is my trash. So ones that are deleted out that maybe I don't want to keep. Notice though, if you put a note in trash, it will automatically delete after 7 days. You can do it on your own. So if you're not sure if you're going to want it or not, don't delete it, just archive it. All right. This right here is your refresh. So if you're working on something and you're not seeing your updates, click refresh. Okay, this right here changed your view. So just like in Google Drive, you can have list view where everything is in one list, or you can have grid view. People have very strong opinions about this. In my Drive, I really do prefer list view when I'm looking for a specific name. But if I need to see a graphic, then I'll probably put it into grid view. I do like grid view better and Keep because I feel like you see more at one time than if you put it into list view. They are bigger, but you have to scroll a little bit more to do that. Now, the lovely thing is if you have a whole bunch of Keep notes, you can search right here. So if I wanted to search based off of lists or images, URLs, the labels that I put to things, or what is actually on there, or how I've color coordinated some things. I could also search by putting in a specific term. So if I wanted to filter out anything that had an image and I click on image, it's going to pull up my Keep notes that actually have images. And then I could even search within images even further. So let's say I only wanted to see things where I referenced Twitter. So it actually, even went down and went through and narrowed it down even more for me. As you do more, this becomes a very nice way of looking through things. Okay, your settings right here. You can enable dark theme. So if you are a fan of the dark theme, if you don't like, having the bright white right there, you have that option. Send feedback, app downloads, keyboard shortcuts. So if you're looking for specific shortcuts that you can use moving within Keep, there are those. And then right here on your actual settings, you can figure out how you want things to appear. So do you want new list items to go to the bottom? If you don't check that, then they show up at the top. Checking things off moves things to the bottom. Display rich link previews, meaning if you put a URL in there, it will give you a little preview on there as well. Enable dark theme, and then reminder defaults. If you set to remind you in the morning, afternoon, or evening, what time do you have those defaults set at? And then enable sharing. Okay, so let's go back to our notes here. What I'm going to do is this one right here that I just started doing, this to-do list. Okay, so notice it's down here in others, and this is up here in pinned. You can come down here and click on any of these right here and pin it to the top so that it keeps it up there. If you've got like a list of ones that you're always working within, let's say you have a to-do list for math, a to-do list for science, or the social studies, whatever it is, if you're working on something and you need specific links, that way you can have all of those things listed at the top and you don't have to search through them down here. Even within this, you can go and you can move them around. So it's not that they are stuck into certain things. It lets you put it like that. So I just moved this one up to the top too. This is my to-do list. So this is my list of all of my Tech Week presentations that I am doing, and I'm going to check them off as I do them. So how do we create this? Very simple. You come up here to take a note. So when you go to take a note, you can give it a title. Okay. So let's call this a grocery list. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start listing out items that I need at the store. So I want to make a salad. And okay. So here's my list right here. Now, I can close it. It comes down here. I can pin it. It goes up there. Okay. I can even add an image to the top if I want to. If I wanted to, find again, to do or grocery list or whatever, all I have to do is search for it or drag and drop it on top of this. Can do it that way. But let's say also that I really, really want these to be able to be checked off because I'm going to have my phone with me. And as I purchase or put these items in my basket, I want to be able to check them off. Okay, so to do that, if you come here to the 3 lines, you see your options. You can delete your note. You can add a label, meaning I can come in here and make a new label, or I can use an existing one. So let's call this groceries. So I'm going to create groceries and notice it'll be labeled there. And it even popped up over here. Okay, close out. I can make a copy of this. I can add a drawing, which I will show you in a moment. But what I really want to do is show checkboxes. So notice when I show checkboxes right here, as things are put into the buggy, if I'm using my phone, I can check it and it will move down here to the bottom and cross it off of my list so that I know that I have gone through and I have actually gotten that. If you accidentally hit the wrong one, you just click on it again and it goes back to what it was. But let's say that we are planning for a picnic lunch, and I want to collaborate with someone on this. So I'm adding things to my list, and I'm going to have other people add things to the list. And then as we go and get them, we can check them off. So if you come down here to collaborator, you can add people on your note. And this person does not necessarily even have to have a Google account. As long as you have an email address, they'll get an email and it will say, so-and-so wants to collaborate with you on a note. Do you want to collaborate? And if you click yes, it will take them to the web app for that. So let's say that I'm going to collaborate with Nikki and save. Okay, so notice she is now down here at the bottom, and she can go in to her Keep, again, by going to keep.google.com, and she can come in here and actually start adding list items as well. And while I'm waiting for her to go and add her list items, let's change the color. So I'm feeling, I don't know, it's sunny today. So that's yellow. That's really bright. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not feeling the sunny today. Okay. Purple works a little bit better for me. All right, so you can see right here that Nikki put in Dr. Pepper Z. Okay. I'm going to close that. 0. Okay. And it'll also, if I close out of it, it shows me that she's the last one that edited it. And the last edit she made was at 12:15. If I click on it, I can sit here and watch her make these in real time. So Oreos and milk. So
I love me some Oreos. Yeah.
Obviously, she's getting the junk food, which I'm okay with. We got to have them both, right?
Yes.
All right. So here's an even cooler thing. So we both are going to have this on our phone. We can go to the store. And what we want is if we click on the little reminder bell, okay? So this reminder bell gives you a couple different options. We can set it again to give us reminders, later today, tomorrow, whatever. But let's say I want a specific date and time. I can set it to go off at a certain date, certain time. But this is the fun one. You can even pick a place for this to show up. Okay, so you'll have to allow it to find your location. All right, and then we're going to start to choose a location. So let's say Carter's Grocery or Carter's Supermarket. Let's see, we've got the one in Walker, one on Cockerham, one in Albany. Let's say we're going to the one in Livingston. Okay, so now anytime the phone gets into Carter's Neighborhood Supermarket for me or for Nikki, it is going to give us an alert for this list item right here. Okay. And it's going to remind us that we need these. Okay. So the best way to do this is you make a grocery list and you send it to your husband. Just bear with me. Your significant other, whoever it is that's coming home from work later than you, and you're going to make them go to the store because you don't want to. You make your list, you put the check boxes, okay, and you share it with them, and you alert it to a certain spot, and you go, hey, I've made a grocery list. You want to run by the Walmart for me on your way home, and you can get these things for me. And boom, the list appears on their phone, and they can get all the things while you sit on the couch and enjoy your life. I'm just, going to throw that out there. I may or may not have done that. I mean, just, you never know. Okay. So if you look right here, Nikki has now shared a to-do with me, and she has put a very fun, cute picture at the top. Okay.
So I shared the link. Slides Mania does have free Google Keep customizable headers. All you have to do on each slide is download as a PNG and then upload that as your picture. And it's super cute and they're easy to organize and they're editable.
Editable. Very pretty. So let's go to slide. You shared that link. I'm going to go grab it. It's in the comments. Yes. Okay. I'm going to go get this real quick.
Yes, it is. There we go.
I know, but I can't click on it from there. That's okay. So I'm just going to go to slidesmania.com and we're going to, which one is it in?
It's under like other things. Hold on. Here we go. It's under a little bit of everything, special requests.
Awesome. Okay. I knew they had it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's from Jamboard. We just did Jamboard, but here are the Google Keep customizable headers. All right, so I'm going to open these in Google Slides. And as usual, when you use anything from them, if you click on Use Template, it'll make a copy to your drive. Okay, so nice, large, and you're going, that is never going to fit. But the key is you come up here to the file. I'm going to let it all load, and I'm going to pick a different one other than to do now. Schedule for later, dates to remembers. Grocery list. Perfect. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to file and download. And you can do JPEG or PNG because PNG preserves transparency. This one doesn't technically have any transparency, so I don't think it'll matter either way. Just by habit, I always do PNG. So again, just to kind of show you, you click on the one that you want because it'll do it one at a time. File, download, and you pick your image output. Now it drops it down here. A couple of ways to get it on that note. You can come and you can click on add and then click here and it'll put it at the top. But if you have it down here, not open, Heather, close. If you have it right here, you can also, you should be able to drag and drop it. Now watch it not work. Oh, it didn't work. See? You can drag and drop your image onto it and it will do it, but it just doesn't want to work for me right now. Okay. Open, boom. So now my grocery list is at the top and I'm not liking the purple with it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to change the color. So notice these colors match perfectly. That is not by accident. Okay, so those were done to go through and match with the different colored lists that you have right there. Okay, I think that's about all to kind of show on this area right here. So let me go back to my presentation. Deep, 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 deep. Okay. To-do lists we talked about, gathering research. Okay. So what you can do and what your students can do is as you are going through again, and you are searching for items, whether it's images, whether it's, peer-reviewed journal articles, I mean, whatever it is, whatever they're going to use in whatever their project is, whether it's a paper, whether they're putting together a presentation, any of those things. Again, if they have that little keep extension as they find those things, okay, they can go ahead and they can click on this right here. So one that I was showing how to do is this Twitter for PLN. This is one of the presentations that I do with my friend Amanda. I found a couple of great images. I also found some wonderful websites. And so I started to create this right here. Let's say I want to take this information though, and I need to put it into a Google slide. So let's do a new slide presentation. And this would work for your docs as well. Close this theme out. If you notice over here, this is your keep icon. This will be in your slides. It will be in your docs, your calendar, your Gmail. Okay, all of those places. It's going to be right here and like that. And when you click on it, it's going to open up everything that you have in Google Keep. Okay, you can also search just like you can on the website if you have a lot and you need to filter through. You can even take a note within here as you are researching if you need to remind yourself to do something with a specific, page or whatever. So let's call this Keep Ideas. Okay. And look what happens when you take a note within your presentation. So it just right here tagged this presentation. So it's letting me know that I took a note within here to remind myself to do something. And what I want to do is I want to change the theme later. I don't know what I want my theme to be, but I'm going to change the theme later. And when I click on that, again, I know that it's connected to this specific presentation. All right, so let me find my Twitter. Okay, so I'm going to click on this note. Let's say I want to put this image in my presentation. Come on now. Oop. Come on, get everything in here. Now it's not going to, okay, here we go. Delete. All right, drag. You're supposed to be able to drag and drop this stuff. I don't know why it's not. It's not liking me today. There we go. I was editing. Boom. It just put everything I needed right there from my list into my presentation. So if I needed these little images, I can move these around. Okay, it has my links. If I wanted to do another one, and let's say that, hey, this right here has got some great files, I can put it in here. Okay. Another thing is you can use this for your formatting. So if you do a title, let's just call it testing, and this is how it works, and click done. So think of it as planning for your presentation. Let's add another one. If I come over here and take this and drag it and drop it, it will put that information in there for you. And I did something wrong because it should have just done the whole, let me just do a blank one and see if it does it for you that way. There we go, blank. Okay, so it puts your heading, and then it also puts your, your text in the middle right there. So you could actually, build your presentation within Keep and then drag and drop it to the specific slides. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? Comment bank. So, any teacher that has to, give comments on any kind of work. It doesn't matter, what subject you teach. If you find that you're giving comments, what you can do is you can create a comment bank. I would put one comment basically on each little note so that you can drag and drop it, because you saw if you drag and drop, the whole thing will show up on there. Or you just open it and copy and paste them over. That works as well. Let's say you're doing meeting notes. This is a really quick and easy way. If you're having a big group meeting, even if it's on a Zoom or something of that nature, and you've been tasked with keeping notes, open up a Keep, share it out with everybody else that's in the meeting, and everybody can go ahead and, take notes right then and there as well. Anecdotal notes. Let's say that, you're doing some observations of students in the class, and you kind of, need to know where they are and what they're understanding. Do yourself a Keep. Put the kids' initials at the top, list out the things that you feel like they still need to do, add check boxes to it, share it with that student. You have that. Save written notes. So with your phone app, you have the capability of when you go to add an image, you can actually take a picture from your phone. So let's say that you've written on your whiteboard and you want to save whatever you wrote, or, you've jotted down notes on a piece of paper and you needed to save that in digital format. You can take a picture of that with your app on your phone, and it will save it directly into a note on Google Keep for you. And again, directly in that app, you can go ahead and tag it in the specific places that you want it, color code it, do all of the things that you need to do. All right, so use the extension to save the websites. That is this one right here. Set reminders, grab text from photos. Okay, let's go show and see how fun this one is. Let me find this photo right here. I may have to go find a new one. All right. See where it says grab image text right here on this? I'm going to click on grab image text. And notice that since I had clicked on this image right here, before I did that, it pulled only the text, not all the coloring and all the other things. It pulled all that. Okay. And so, here is Twitter getting connected. So this one as well. Create, all of the things that were listed there. So let's go find another image. I don't know. Look, you can never think of things when you're like trying to do things off the top of your head. Top reasons for using Keep. Okay, so let's go to an image. Let's see. Let's find one that we like to use. Oh, that's commercial real estate. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Let's use a little bit of a more strict search. Okay, let's look at this one right here. All right, so I want to go here and I'm going to save this image. In order to do so, I'm going to need to copy image. Let's go back to Google Keep and start a new one. All right, come up to the top, take note, reasons to use Keep. All right, I'm going to paste my image there. It goes to the top. But I also want to come and I want to take this URL right here because I didn't create this image. I need to make sure that I am giving attribution for that. So this way I will have that website as well. Okay, so I want to get all of the text off of this image right here. Again, go to more, grab image text. And it shows it all right here. So this works when you take that picture of the work that you either had on the board or you took a picture of whatever notes you had taken. You know, if you needed to get that into digital format so that you could actually put it into, let's say, a presentation, a doc, something like that. It's a quick and easy way to get that text without having to retype everything. All right, let's look at how to add a drawing. Boop, 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 boop. Right here, it says add drawing. Okay, if you click on that, a whiteboard opens up. Which for math teachers, this is pretty fantastic. I mean, for anybody, but for math especially. Okay, so you can change so that you have, you know, a grid on here. Think like Jamboard. So this is almost like Jamboard built into Google Keep. dots, rules, or none. You can come in here and you have a pen, you have a highlighter, all of these things right here as well. So you can take and do any of the things that you need to on your Google Keep. Select it, delete it, erase it. You could even, go through and put a image. I didn't want that. There we go. So let's say I want to go and on your phone, if you go and you use your app, you can take a picture, and on your picture, you can actually annotate using these same drawing options. Okay, so you can go in there and you can do the go find the evidence for this or find the evidence for that. So that's a pretty cool way of using the drawing features. Okay, slide outline, I showed you that, and digital sticker storage. So kids like stickers. I mean, I like stickers, so I don't know if you saw my one Bitmoji sticker right here. Okay, so what you can do is you can add these to your Keep. And then as you're going through, when you want to, put a sticker on someone's work, you can just drag and drop it over. So if you have like a green check or a red X or those sorts of things, instead of having to Control C, Control V every time, if you have it right here, you can just drag and drop them over. Again, just do one image per note. So then that way you're not pulling over a whole bunch of different ones. You can even do GIFs. So you can save GIFs in there. It does have a size as far as how big of an image you'll put it in there. So you do need to make sure that you find ones that aren't like really large as far as a file size goes. You can even put, if you want to, your image at the top of your note. So all the notes and then the things that you need to take right here. So if you want to make it fun and have a GIF at the top of your notes, that's that as well. Okay. Alrighty. This is showing how to use it within Google Docs. Same concept as using it within Google Slides. You have everything you need on the side and you just sort of drag and drop it over. Another cool thing, after you are done with all of your stuff, let's say that, we had students curate some websites for Matter. All right. And my kids actually did this a few years ago, and they've said, okay, this is a good website. This is a good website. Because what we were doing is we were validating whether it was a good website to use or a not so great website to use. Well, in order for them to take this information and put it into a notes slide so that they could give credit to their sources, okay, I'd put it into a Keep right here. You click on the three dots, notice you get this option to copy to Google Docs. So instead of dragging and dropping everything over, if you click copy to Google Docs, what'll happen is it will take this information and put it in a Google Doc already for you. And boom, there you go. It even keeps your links right here, and whatever the title of your Keep note was, it will put that as the title of your doc. So you have all of these things. And then I was able to just easily put this into Google Classroom and share it out with them. And they could take that information and put it on their resource page. They were little kids, so we didn't worry too much about an APA or an MLA format, but you can actually do some citations in Docs. If I can remember where it is, it's in here somewhere. Tools, citations. And what you can do is you can choose what you want and then add a citation source. If I said website, if we had all this stuff, then they've got this right here, and just come and put that right there. So they can go and add all of these things, and boom, there you go, the citation page. All righty. Again, works across devices. I told you that. All right, and the last little tidbit I'm going to share with you is a wakelet of a ton of resources and ideas of how to use Google Keep, some other places where you can download some headers. You can scan this with your phone to get it, or you can click on this link when you get the presentation. But I'll go ahead and show you what's in here. Doop, 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 doop. So again, there are some copies to other boards that people have created with their stuff inside of it. Again, this is where I figured out that I was not very clever when it came to my session title of, Keep or whatever I said it was. You can create your own custom Google Keep headers, and this right here will actually give you those dimensions. So, 800 by 450, and these are in pixels, not in inches or centimeters. So if you go into either PowerPoint or slides or drawings and change your size of your page setup, you can create your own. So then that way you can make it look however you want to. There are a couple of really good videos in here and some links to the Google specific pages that go over Keep and give you some ideas. So that is about it. Take a look into all of these things. If you have any questions on Keep, please let me know. There are lots of things that you can do with it. I'm still not like tapping all of the resources because it's one of those things that I just kind of forget about.
Me too. Me too.
So
I did go in today and I used her templates and I have all kinds of cute headers. So my goal is start using it a little bit more. Yeah. Because it's so, and like Casey mentioned in the chat, like it's so good. Like as a teacher, you're like, oh, I need to get this. I need to get this. Those things
right.
pass into your brain in the middle of class. And then you don't remember when you go to the store ever. So.
No, and these sorts of things right here, if you're really big on like color blocking in your calendar or whatever and that kind of stuff, I mean, this right here, you can even color coordinate your lists to the activities in your calendar. So lots of different things that you can do. Did we get the presentation link back in the chat? I saw Bryce had said,
yes, we
put
did.
it up. Okay, I want to make sure you have it. If there's still an issue with it, let me know, email me and I can send it to you directly. But
our next presentation was canceled, so we are not doing the Google Slides and Blooket one. So we will see you guys again at 2 o'clock for Google Cleanup with Heather, followed by me with Google Chrome extensions at 3. So sit tight, take a break. See you in an hour or so.
Absolutely. Please do not forget to fill out our survey and attendance link. Bit.ly, and then it's Tech Week 21. You can win some great prizes. We've got some cool things that are actually going to be pretty useful, especially if you have like a new line panel in your classroom. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but just know that it's pretty fabulous. So go ahead, make sure you fill that out, and we'll see you back here in about an hour. Thanks again, guys.